too many expectations for the next match. How do you feel?
About just in general, how I feel?
Yes.
Very excited. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. I said it at the press conference in the beginning. That's why I came here. Play against guys like Rafa. So now we have it. So I better be excited now. Otherwise, I came for the wrong reasons.
I guess on that match also, are you more relaxed than you would be for your average Federer Nadal match because you just had this huge win and hadn't played in a long time and 2 straight wins now? Are things sort of making this one seem?
Yeah, I mean, look, everyone felt different against Rafa because sometimes you come in and you were extremely tired. Sometimes it was, like you said, maybe you just lost 3 in a row. We played often in quick succession at one point as well. I mean, Australia helps me a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm still in the comeback, and I try to see it really as another opportunity to build upon something for the rest of the season. So regardless of Australia winning or losing, I'm going to try to go out there and try to play free again. I think it's really important, and I'm really happy that I got my energy back because in Dubai I was actually still quite tired. So I feel like tomorrow, if I move well, I'll definitely have a chance against Rafa.
Do you sense the anticipation from the fans for this match, their appreciation of your rivalry when this happens?
Well, I mean, I haven't read any of the press on the West Coast or here, for that matter. So no, I can't quite know how excited they are because usually you sense it through the press. I mean, when I came here, you guys asked me mostly about how I still felt about Australia. I mean, the wave was still, going on from Australia. It was not all about other stuff. It was pretty much still Australia. So that's why I think it's good that we play again right here in the States. I think it's a great thing for tennis, and it's exciting for Rafa and me. It's a tough draw, but rankings are not the priority for both of us. So from that standpoint, if it happens in a fourth round or a finals would be good. But anything else but a finals, it almost doesn't matter what round it would be.
Two things. Pete Sampras always used to say that Andre just helped him lift his game. Is that a factor process with Rafa? And also this afternoon, Rafa sort of explained your game in its core essence. Could you take a minute and just capture the essence of Rafa's game for you as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a player with a lot of possibilities. He can play really deep in the court and really in the court too now. So he's really become a player that can do both, and we don't have that many guys on the tour who actually can do that. So that's always an option for him, plan A, plan B, depending on how he wants to start the match. Or you can even have variation by doing it on the deuce side and not on the ad, for instance, or vice versa, because he's so comfortable in, on, and back, which is very difficult, I can tell you that, because I've tried to play from back, and it's a totally different game and geometry from way back there. So that's one thing. I think for a typical clay court player, which he is not, he can actually volley really well. He reads the game very well going forward. He closes the net down very well. He rarely misses sitter volleys or anything of that kind that we used to see from sometimes great clay court players in the back who would feel so uncomfortable at net, and Rafa's not like that. That's why he's also had success in doubles. Yeah, and then because of his spin and his lefty and his mental ability and physical ability, he's raised the bar for tennis players, yeah, and he can out-tough you if need to be and just make shots. That's another asset for him that he's always got in the back, in the bag somewhere. So that's that, and the first question was?
Does he help you raise your level in a way, the challenge of it?
I mean, sometimes, I don't think he's a classic player who actually lifts my game. I've had that maybe against Novak or Murray or Roddick or Hewitt, other guys, where I play more of a normal ball. He falls into a category that plays very with so much topspin that you never actually play really normal balls, but naturally, because it has been finals and that's where usually you play your best, he has definitely also made me play some of my best tennis against him.
Roger, to take you back to today's match, it seemed like at the end of both sets you were a little more pumped. Was there any frustration with the way you were playing or maybe the way the match was unfolding?
Not really. I mean, I was actually quite happy how I was able to protect my serve. I had two little moments where I got into a bit of trouble, but was able to, I think at the end I didn't have to save any break points at all, but you know, you over 12 service games, you're always going to maybe be in trouble at some stage. So if those were my trouble games, I did actually exceptionally well. I just thought Stevie served very well, had some chances in the first set, you know, to maybe get into better rallies, and if I would have done better there, I could have maybe broken earlier. In the second set, I think he was serving almost 90% at one point, so that's why I changed my position on the return. I don't know if you saw it, but I was trying to mix it up a bit, and important was going into the breaker, like you said, with energy, with the right mindset, focusing on the serve, and making sure that you know, I don't play too many stupid stuff, even though I did miss two shots that I should never miss, and almost cost me going into the third maybe. So I was very happy how I played, because I thought actually Steve also played a really good match.
Roger, could there still be psychologically maybe a different feel to play Rafa that early compared to playing in semi-final or final? Is there something that could be feeling different when you walk onto the court against him?
Yeah, I mean, it will feel different, you know. It's going to be more difficult for both of us just to rip winners into the corner. It's normal. If you play the early matches, you see usually the top guys not chase the lines so much. You know, you give yourself some margins for error, really. That's what it is. So I think the match will be played a bit different. Then again, it's a hard court, I know, but it plays again very different to Australia. We have different balls, different grit of court. Yeah, and because it's early in the tournament, I think we both don't quite yet know to 100% how everything feels. So there's a bit of the unknown, which I mean, is exciting maybe for the fans and for you guys to see how we're going to try to figure that part out. And then it's a best of 3-set match. So this one's more of a sprint than a marathon, not like in Australia.
Roger, we hear so much about what motivates the young players these days, whether it's winning their first Masters Series 1000 or winning their first Grand Slam. If you strip it all back, I mean, what is the thing, the primary thing that motivates you these days? Is it the comeback story? Is it the one-on-one out there on big stadium courts, or is it a rivalry with someone like Rafael?
I think it can be a bit of everything. Like the three things you said, it could be playing for history sometimes. It could be playing in certain places, you know, in certain countries. Yeah, I mean, so you name it. I think I draw motivation from all aspects. In the beginning, it might be very much just playing on a center court or playing against a top 10 player or ranking. Very simple, because the rankings are so cool in tennis that they change every week, and you're trying to calculate as a young player. So I think later on things change a bit, and maybe they can almost become a bit more enjoyable, whereas in the beginning everything's such a hype and so new that you're almost freaking out. You can't control yourself.
Roger, you've touched on the dimensions of the court and the difference from here to Australia and the physical aspect of playing rougher and all that. But over the years, has your mental approach changed or adjusted as you go into matches against him? And if so, how?
It's definitely changed. I think I go back to the other question. Sometimes you play him in a spell that maybe is not good for you. You know, I've had the same against Murray. I lost a few on the trot, and it's just hard to break the code, if you like, you know, when that happens. And then when you don't play for a while, sometimes you relax, or some things also change in his game or in your game, and then it matches up better. So I definitely see things a tad more relaxed these days. And I mean, look, I've always tried hard and tried my very best. And then, of course, it changes, to be quite honest, if you play him on clay or not. Because that's where you know he's the favorite. regardless of who the opponent is. So, yeah, then you know it's up to you, not up to him, because you know what he's going to bring.
Many of your fans cite an appreciation for the pure aesthetic quality of your game. Does aesthetics play any role in how you think about your own game? Does it matter? Do you care at all?
Not really. I don't move around the court to please. I don't hit shots so that like every other shot is like, oh my God, you know, like we have never seen a shot like this. I do believe that if you play tough and hard and good, that the great shots will come. And that's what I had to tell myself early on in my career, because I was a shot maker. I tried to please the crowd too often, and then you end up losing points, or people just don't care if you did that on court 5, except maybe the 15 people that were actually watching. And it's only on the big court where there's slow-mo and, you know, cameras and everything like that, that it actually gets captured and then replayed, and then it's actually maybe worth it to pull off a great shot. But these days, you know, I try to win, and then by winning it gives me another opportunity to do better in the next match. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Right.